Okay. Now this could be a nose, but my plans are to make it an eye. And next, taking clay, rolling it between my palms to smooth it out and to make what we refer to as coils. This coil is going to drape over the eye as an eyelid. So I'm going to make it a little bit small, thinner and longer. Okay, so where the pieces join, I am scoring. Now sometimes I actually use a fork from the kitchen to use my hatch lines. Works just as well. Okay. Slip on each one of the hatches. Take another small piece of clay, create another coil. Thin in the middle. Now if your coil gets too thin in the middle, it's okay. You can always crunch it back up together. Or in this case, I'm just going to pinch this off because I don't need it to be that big. I'm trying to keep it evenly size, thickness to the roll. Okay, and this is going to be the bottom of the eyelid. So I am measuring scoring and slipping. Slip, crossed. Make sure it's getting to all the crevices. And just adding this other element. Okay, firmly pressing in and smoothing out with my fingers. Now what I'm going to do is I have my wooden rib. I'm to gently press into this, forming or sculpting so that it blends nicely. Okay, using the wooden tools, I have smoothed stuff out. Get the clay a little bit wetter and continue smoothing. Make it all in one nice spot. Okay. All right. Well, we have a mouth, we have one large eye, and right now we have teeth. Or at least two very large top teeth. All right. Now, what other elements should we add? And let's see. How about some really crazy ears? Taking a large chunk of clay, pressing down some. Now, sometimes when your project has a piece that you're going to add to it that's fairly large and the clay is very plastic, meaning it's extremely soft and it will not hold its shape, what I do is I form the piece as much as I can. And then I let it dry for a few hours. Or maybe I blow dry it for a little assistance drying it until it gets to what we refer to as leather hard. Leather hard means it's hard enough that it's able to keep its shape, but when you push on it, it is still malleable. So you can form it into like the shape of a vase, so it is cylindrical, or you can still score and slip and attach it to a project. Okay, so I'm going to make this into an ear. I'm going to tap the base to get it nice and flat, because when I add it to it, I need a spot where the two pieces of clay can bond properly. So I have an ear, but it is way too soft to be able to attach right now. So I'm going to put this to the side and I'm going to work on this other ear. Okay. Now, when working with projects, there's something more aesthetically pleasing with your balance not being too symmetrical. Asymmetrical projects tend to be a bit more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So one ear might be a little bit larger and stand up. Maybe the other ear might be slightly smaller and have a slight curve or bend to it. Gives them character for sure. Okay, so here's the question is, how do I want this other ear to form? Is it going to look a little bit like Annabelle, my studio pet? One of her ears tends to flop over a little bit. Okay. Making sure the base is something, yeah, smooth enough to adhere to. Okay, this one, I want to have a slight curve to it. So I want it to dry with this bend in the ear. So what I will probably do is put something underneath it to hold it while it's slumped over. Otherwise, it might bend too far, and it might actually bend far enough that it starts to crack and break and come apart. And I don't want that to happen. So I'm digging around, see what I can find. And there I go. I have a bottle that it is slumped over. Okay, so those are 2 ears that will be added, scored and slip once they are leather hard. Okay, so I have an eye and I have teeth. Now, in this case, you know what? My monster is not going to have arms. Maybe your monster does. That is up to you. However, I want more definition in the eye, so I'm going to make it look like it has a pupil. So I'm going to take a little tiny piece of clay. My hands are really, really gooey. I'm taking a little piece of clay. My hands are super wet, so wants to escape. Okay, I need to wipe my hands off. I'm working with clay. I always keep a large bucket of water handy and a towel. Okay. Small bowl of clay, and I'm gently pressing with my thumb and finger to flatten it as I'm trying to keep it as circular as possible. Okay. Now I think I'm going to add that little booger right there in the middle. So, as usual, I'm scoring both pieces of clay and where they're going to attach. A little bit of slip. Make sure it gets in the crevices nicely. Didn't seem to have enough hatch lines. And put them together. Press firmly. And then I can just clean up the project some. Okay. Slip has escaped from around the eye. Alrighty. Okay, we're gonna have ears. We have a nice big eye. We have a tooth. Now what do we add? How about a bottom row of teeth? Not very big. Okay, I'm going to take some clay. I'm going to roll it together because they were small little scraps. Once I get it into a sphere shape, I'm going to roll back and forth, and I'm going to create just a small coil. From this coil, I'm just going to go ahead and flatten it very quickly with my fingers. And I'm going to tap it. And the reason I tap it is to give it a nice smooth surface on the bottom, because then I will go in and add my hatch lines, score it, so then I can put it, attach it on the bottom with some slip. Okay. So I've decided I would like to have some sharp little teeth on the bottom. Now you can go in and add some of these cutouts once it's in the mouth if you prefer. I'm just going to go ahead and take some of them away right now. Okay. Scoring it. figuring out the placement of it, I'm going to make a little notation with my needle tool. It's going to go there to right about here. Remove that. And then I'm going to add my score marks on the inside. And I'm going to recess it just slightly. That way it makes it look like this rim of the pinch pot is actually really part of like a lip or something. All right. Slip, applied. Take the little teeth. Gently but firmly press them down. Now, this process is going to crush some of the teeth that were pointed, but that's okay. We can go in and make adjustments. Okay. Now I'm also going in with the wooden tool, the pointed edge. And I'm just going to gently, firmly press down just a little bit to ensure a good solid grip. Going in the flatter edge, clean off some excess clay, and just smooth it down some. That way you can hardly even tell it was there to begin with. And from here, we can clean up some of those teeth. Okay, we have a little monster, bottom teeth, some top teeth, an eye, and in a couple hours after we have some leather hard clay, I will go in and add the ears. I'll do that in a few minutes. All right, we have our monster ears. Now they are leather hard, which means they are able to keep their form without slumping over, but they're still soft enough that I can work with them without them breaking, which is very important. So now it's time to go ahead and affix them. Okay, now where I want my monster ears to be, I am going to make notations on the head part. That lets me know where I need to add my score hatch lines. And because the head is a spherical quality to it, I need to make sure that the ears themselves have a slight curve to the base. So I go in and I just make sure that they all come together nicely in all areas. Okay, that's gonna be nice. And then the other ear, go right about there. So, tiny little grooves on both spots and within each one of the ears. Now, still got to formed so it will fit nicely around the spherical shape. Add hatches and place the slit properly. Okay. And press firmly down. Go in with the wooden rib and smooth everything together. There's one ear. Okay, this is going to be a little heavy, so place it in a way that it does not fall and break. Go ahead and grab the next ear, throw away the slip, and fix it. Press down firmly. Alright, get my finger kind of wet because your finger is going to be your best tool, and go in and just go ahead and start smoothing everything out. Okay, and here we are. Little monster, big eye, big ears, big personality.